This week on Culture Q,
Janelle Monáe comes out at the Red Table.
the unlikely queer smash hit you need to check out.
And how one gay man turned his terminal illness into art.
What is going on? It is Janelle Mone here.
And I'm Shira Lazar. This is Culture Q.
And here are some of the highlights from this week in queer culture. This week, Hollywood got a little more queer when triple threat superstar Janelle Monáe came out and proudly opened up about their LGBTQ identity. On the premiere episode of Red Table Talk Season 5, they appeared promoting their new book, The Memory Librarian, a collection of stories inspired by their 2018 album, Dirty Computer. That's when Monáe revealed that they no longer identify as a woman.
I'm non-binary.
Yeah.
So I just don't see myself as a woman or solely or, you know, I feel all of my energy. I feel like God is so much bigger than
Man
the
or
he
woman.
or the she. It's like,
You're right.
it's like something, and if I am from God, I am everything.
Monáe is no stranger to the queer community, having dated high-profile celebs like Tessa Thompson while publicly challenging gender norms.
In 2018, after years of speculation and questions about her sexuality, Janelle made a bold move and came out on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine. She revealed she is pansexual, someone attracted to all sexes and genders.
And their place within the LGBTQ community is something they're bringing into their new book too, putting representation at the forefront of the project.
The cool thing about the Memory Librarian is all of the leads are non-binary, black, folks in the LGBTQI plus community or women.
Later in the interview, Janelle's mother, Janet, joined the Red Table where she opened up about the backlash she's received as a parent of a famous queer artist. And of course, she has the singer's back.
I love her unconditionally.
Yeah.
Nobody will take that away from her.
We are so happy for Janelle. Check out their latest episode of Red Table Talk on Facebook, and you can pick up a copy of their new book, The Memory Librarian, at your favorite local bookstore.
Sometimes on-screen LGBTQ representation can come from the unlikeliest of places. And one big example of that is HBO Max's new hit show, Our Flag Means Death.
We're swashbuckling. We're looting. Let's have fun with it.
Well, on the surface, the show seems like a slapstick comedy about a bunch of pirate bros getting into mischief at sea. It is surprisingly full of queer characters, and not just token gays in the background. Executive produced by David Jenkins and Taika Waititi, the show's central storyline follows Steed, the gentleman pirate, and the infamous Captain Blackbeard falling in love. And it's amazing. Waititi, who also stars in the series, took to Twitter to make sure nobody was getting the story twisted, that this is not just another case of queer baiting. He said, "I'm very proud of this romantic comedy we made. Very proud. It's not romantic, it's romantic. Love is love, baby." And this is a point that was driven home in a later episode of the series, where the two main characters drop all pretense and share an on-screen kiss.
Well, that's
But the series' central relationship isn't even the only queer storyline happening in the show. Almost every character introduced is part of the LGBTQ community, from gay pirates to non-binary assassins, and even a polyamorous crime boss, prompting one Twitter user to write, "I love telling people that the only straight representation in Our Flag Means Death are two seagulls." And they're not wrong. Fans have been calling for the series to be picked up for a second season, sharing what an impact the show has had on them, like this user who said, "This is the first show, if not piece of media, that made me feel like maybe being myself, being who I am, is not a bad thing, and I should embrace who I am wholeheartedly." And if you haven't already, you can catch all the episodes of the show streaming right now on HBO Max.
The Marvel and DC universes are getting queer by the minute, and this week there is no shortage of news surrounding your fave LGBTQ superheroes. First up in the world of Marvel, the studio's newest film, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, is facing backlash in Saudi Arabia over one of the film's characters. The country has plans to ban the film entirely over the inclusion of America Chavez, a queer teen superhero portrayed by Xochitl Gomez. This isn't the first time a Marvel film has been banned over its inclusion. Last year, the film Eternals faced a similar fate. Moving on, the trailer for Thor: Love and Thunder dropped this week and it has social media buzzing. We've got our first look at Natalie Portman's character, Jane Foster, in her full Thor outfit, and Tessa Thompson's Valkyrie looking fresh in a new suit that has left everyone gagging. Plus, one scene has people asking, is Thor gay?
Just look into the eyes of the people that you love. Not me. What? Just listening.
Honestly, for me, I really hope Thor's gay, but we'll continue. While it's unlikely that Thor is about to come out, it didn't stop gay Twitter from running with it, like this viral tweet that says, Taika Waititi gets hold of the pen and suddenly Thor's gay now. Incredible. Over in the DC universe, trans superhero Dreamer is set to make her comic debut, in a rare move jumping from the screen to the page. Debuting in the CW series Supergirl, the fan favorite seemed to reach the end of her story when the series wrapped. But now, she will live on in the pages of Superman, Son of Kal-El. Finally, in the highly anticipated DC Pride 2022 special comic, it was confirmed that the character Connor Hawke, aka Green Arrow, will come out as asexual. And his story arc was written by an entire team of asexual writers, including Ted Brandt, who said the project felt like it was a personal story for all of us on some level. You can find all of your favorite superheroes at your local comic book store and in theaters this summer.
And now it's time to take a look at all the LGBTQ news you need to know. Starting off this week, we've got some good news coming out of South Korea as the country's Supreme Court overturned a homophobic ruling. 2 South Korean soldiers who were previously charged and convicted for being in a same-sex relationship during their time in service challenged the military's decades-old ban, taking their case to the country's highest court. In their ruling, the court said that the military provision should no longer apply to consensual same-sex relations between service members. And in a statement, Boram Jang, a researcher for Amnesty International's East Asia, commented saying, "This groundbreaking decision is an important triumph in the fight against discrimination faced by LGBTI people in South Korea." More concerning news, though, coming out of Russia this week, as one of the country's largest LGBTQ charities was dissolved by the Ministry for Justice. The ministry argued that the advocacy group called Sphere was engaging in political activities and aimed to change Russian legislation, which, under federal law, is illegal. A representative for Sphere spoke out about the decision, stressing they are not backing down. They said, "Our services continue to provide legal, psychological, and emergency assistance to the LGBT+ community. Regardless of the legal status of our team, we cannot leave the community without protection." Back here in the States, well, things are not great. We're seeing more and more anti-LGBTQ legislation continuing to roll out nationwide. But Michigan Senator Mallory McMorrow shut down the noise in a passionate speech after a conservative lawmaker criticized her support of LGBTQ youth.
"I want every child in this state to feel seen, heard, and supported, not marginalized and targeted because they are not straight, white, and Christian. We cannot let hateful people tell you otherwise, to scapegoat and deflect from the fact that they are not doing anything to fix the real issues that impact people's lives."
She finished by saying, "Hate wins when people like me stand by and let it happen. I won't." And we have to applaud her as an ally for speaking out. We need more of her in US leadership. And that's your look at all the LGBTQ news you need to know.
If you're watching our show and saying, we need more of this, then you're definitely going to want to check out our suggestions of what to watch here on Revry. First up on our list this week is Hot to Trot. Just in time for International Dance Day, this documentary feature dives into the underground world of same-sex competitive ballroom dance, following the lives of 4 men and women both on and off the dance floor. Next up on our list is Cherry Pop. Featuring a cast of Drag Race royalty like Detox, Mayhem Miller, and Bob the Drag Queen, Cherry Pop is an uproarious comedy about a newcomer's wild night in down-and-out drag club, sure to keep you laughing all night. And in honor of the upcoming AAPI Heritage Month, we've got the award-winning dramedy Eat With Me. Following a mother and her gay son as they attempt to heal, connect, and grow together against the backdrop of a failing Chinese restaurant, the film stars Teddy Chen Culver and Sharon Omi, with a special appearance by the legendary George Takei. Remember, you can find all these titles and so much more streaming right now, right here on Revry.
Looking for a little of that Culture Q inspiration? Well, this next story about one queer man who turned his terminal illness into art is sure to touch your heart and inspire you to go out and live your best life.
My name is Galton. I'm 39 years old. and I have a brain tumor. After my diagnosis, I started writing and illustrating comics, as I found they were the best tool to convey my thoughts and reactions to cancer. And I do seriously believe they have helped me come to terms with what is happening. Or as close as anyone can get.
10 years ago, Gordon Shaw was diagnosed with an inoperable brain tumor, which he would later turn into a character in his book. And in the new documentary, Long Live My Happy Head, Gordon shows us all, it's not how much time you have, but how you spend it that counts.
This man has had me laughing since the first second I met him.
See, that's Rick, that's the tumor, that's Rick.
I think the journey would have been much, much shorter had early on somebody given me a book like this.
How can you meet Gordon and not want to be part of his life or part of his journey?
And though his future might seem scary or uncertain, that's not stopping him from living his life fully, including falling in love.
And then we roll into this, into the water, just like from here to eternity.
Yes, you go first.
You go first.
You go.
Through it all, Gordon and his partner Sean hope their story can inspire others going through similar experiences and help bring awareness to the illness so that more research can be done and others don't need to go through what he has.
I'm actually in a really good place at the moment, finding good all around me. So, long live my happy head.
I know I'm not the only one who wants to cry their eyes out right now. I mean, what a beautiful and heartwarming story.
It's definitely a documentary worth watching and supporting. And that also does it for today's show. It's Anwani signing off.
And I'm Cheryl Lazar. Thanks again for tuning in to This Week on Culture Q.
Be sure to join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, live and always on demand, right here on Revry.